Nació mientras jugaban a la Mega Drive y creció alimentándose de juegos. Es Zorman el gamer. Ningún juego se me resiste.
Casi. Todavía no, casi. Me perseguirá el código Konami hasta la semana que viene. ¡Achú! Llegó la hora, gente, de salvar el mundo. Vaya. Nacimiento jugaba en la Mega Drive y creció alimentándose de juegos. Zorman el gaming, ningún juego se me resiste. Grandes Steven Fallas, amigo. Vamos a salvar el mundo, Steven Fallas.
Within hours we received signals from the robots from all over the rest of the planet. Every one of them more than happy to discuss peace terms. I think this was the happiest time of my life. Within days, representatives of the surviving robots and humans from all over the world turned up to help organize the formal peace talks.
Y esa mirada de francés. Esto no ha acabado. No he...
So, you have achieved peace, said the man in black. Well done indeed.
¿Quién eres tú?
The old lady was obviously surprised. I didn't realize you had survived. Where on earth are you? Would it surprise you, continued the man in black, if I told you we were in fact not on Earth, but on the moon? I knew it, interrupted Mr. Preston. Secret space, Black Ops, bases on the moon. It's all true? Yes, explained the man in black. When the war was all but lost, as a precautionary measure, the great and the good strategically repositioned to the moon. And now we've saved the day, interrupted Heather. You want to come back and take all the glory? No, not at all, young lady. We would like you all to join us on the moon. We'll send a shuttle. That way you can help us plan a new renaissance for the planet.
¿En serio?
Once
¿Vamos a la
we were
luna?
in the air, and the shuttle was on its automatic course, the pilot came back to the cabin to see how we were doing. Everyone agreed they were okay, although Mr. Preston was surprised that the secret government spaceship was, as he put it, a piece of junk. Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself floating home, said the pilot. Sorry, I always wanted to say that. Suddenly his expression changed, as he was interrupted by a loud alarm. Everyone buckle up, he shouted as he ran back to the cockpit. A fuel line has ruptured, things are going to get a bit hairy.
Ojo, esto huele a nivel de naves por el espacio.
Tried to explain the crash position to Heather, the old lady and everyone else. Not that Mr. Logan was listening as he jumped to his feet and attempted to extinguish a fire with his jacket. Barry, said Mr. Preston with a terrified look on his face, if we don't make it out of this, I want you to know something. I took the money. Mr. Silton looked incredibly angry as Mr. Preston went on to explain how he had double-crossed their associates and taken the money from the post office robbery. What? Asked Mr. Silton. You told me you'd lost it. I told them we'd lost it. They beat you up trying to get it back. What did you even spend it on? Drugs, said Mr. Preston with a shrug. This made Mr. Silton start to shout uncontrollably about the stolen money, and Mr. Preston being a thief, when, for some reason, Mr. Preston said, yeah, and you're a proper c***. which just made Mr. Silton even more angry. It was soon obvious things were not going to get any better, so I ran to the cockpit. I could barely get out the words, "Can I help?" before the pilot said, "Open the airlock, run along the wing to the underside, open panel 322, take the extinguisher and put the fires out." I was shocked how calm he was, but he just smiled and saluted.
Grande los pilotos. Ojo, esto parece una tarea para el señor Horace el robot maravilla. Horace el robot maravilla. Vámonos. Vale, ahora apagar el fuego. Apagar los fuegos, mejor dicho. Son más de uno. Dejen de arder fuegos. Sufrid fuegos, sufrid. ¡Ah, que tengo tiempo! Esta no. La cara del Capitán Guerra es esa. Ese botón no. Ah, ese sí, ese sí. Ahí se lo está pasando chachi pistachi.
After everyone had regained their composure, and I was sure we were safe, I suddenly became aware that we were actually on the moon. It was as amazing as you would imagine. Everyone had to wear special suits due to the lack of oxygen. But, not needing to breathe, I was fine without one.
Ah,
I
pringaos.
took lots of photos and even set up a tripod to get one of everyone with the earth behind us.
Foto, Algún día tendré una foto así.
Soon though,
Algún día tendré una foto así con la Tierra, pero así como si estuviera apoyado.
Just outside of the base, and as his radio was damaged, we would have to find our own way inside. Don't worry, said the old lady. We know someone who's very good at finding ways inside.
Pues nada, pues siempre... ¡Uy! La gravedad. ¡Huepa! ¡Huepa! Vaya. ¿En serio, de principio? Vale, más vale no fallar. Más vale no fallar, amigos. Vale. Hola, cabezón.
I don't know why,
Uf.
but for some reason, whilst I was inside these vents, my shoes refused to stick to anything.
Pues vaya mala pata. Tengo que pulsar 3 interruptores, ¿no? Pero el tercero no sé dónde está. Que me da... verdad que podía andar agachado. Vale.
We were warmly greeted by the man in black and his friends before they whisked us away to show us the rest of the base. Although the buildings were clearly for military use, we walked through huge hallways and galleries. They really were the types of rooms you would expect to see in a 5-star hotel or a beautiful palace.
No me transmite buena onda este tío.
Said the man in black. Yes, said the old lady with a smile. I'm sure he would have enjoyed the adventure. Heather and Preston were just excited to be on the moon. But the scientists were confused as to why we were invited.
Claro.
Yes, why are we here? Said the French doctor.
Esto huele a...
It wasn't merely to see your extravagant moon base. The man in black explained that once the war had escalated, he and his associates had tactically relocated to the moon. What associates? You and your billionaire mates, said Mr. Preston. See, I told you, the Black Knight satellite, moon bases, JFK, it's all true. But Mr. Silton called him a and told him to f off. Well, if you're going to keep a civilization alive, it's going to need its leaders, said the man in black. Come now, let me show you some more. We walked along tall metal gantries and through to another cavernous gallery. Its classical architecture made it look like some kind of grand museum. The man in black explained that when they had landed on the moon, they had crashed even worse than we did, and that they lost many valuable passengers. He was quiet for a moment, then he composed himself and continued. He explained that the only other shuttles they had were the one we arrived in and the small automated rocket that took their irradiated material out into space. Sim was impressed. So, nuclear-powered then, he said with a knowing smile. Yes indeed, replied the man in black as he explained that the entire base was capable of containing a small country. Mr. Deck was also clearly impressed and said, I don't suppose you need a butler? Well, we used to have servant robots, said the man in black as he turned to me. He explained that. Now, I was the only robot on the moon after they had all the others removed. Come now, he said with a smile. You must all be tired. Let me show you to your rooms. I shared a room with Heather. It wasn't exactly nice, but at least the bunk beds were exciting. Heather had fallen asleep by the time I'd looked around. After all, just like the man in black had said, we were all very tired.
Capítulo 17, madre mía. Esto huele raro, ¿eh? Gente, esto me huele muy raro. No sé a vosotros, pero a mí personalmente me huele muy raro. ¿Conseguiré coger todas las estrellas en un nivel de estos o fallaré todos? ¡He ganado en una! Menos mal.
It was difficult to tell that it was the morning. I think the classical music was supposed to help wake everyone. But Heather and I had already been up for ages playing video games.
Fricasos, aquí jugando videojuegos todo el rato. Madre mía,
Soon,
madura cabezones.
gathered together. However, Mr. Silton still wasn't talking to Mr. Preston, who had again called him a proper c***. But the man in black suggested everyone wore their best clothes, as we were going on a tour of the base. There were hundreds if not thousands of troops, all training on
Ay, Dios mío, esto me empieza a dar muy mal rollo.
Eventually we made our way through to yet another grand room. It almost looked like a theatre with rows of plush seating, but where the stage would be was a large assault course. Everyone, please take a seat, said the man in black. Not you, robot. You can come up here with
Ay, Dios
me.
mío, me está empezando a dar un
As
mal
I told
rollo.
The man in black on the stage area, the room filled up with more and more important-looking people. The man in black gestured with the exaggerated movements of a circus master. Gentlemen and ladies, he continued, let's see what this little fellow can do. Please, he said as he turned to me, make your way from one end of the room to the other.
¿Esto qué es? No me hace ninguna gracia esto, No quiero hacer lo que me está diciendo el hombre de negro. No me gusta el hombre de negro. Esto se está poniendo muy, muy turbio. Vale. Voy a hacer del tirón. Lo voy a hacer del tirón y ya está. Claro.
¡Pero si este es el Wasigu! ¡Que le he hecho un salto pequeñito!
Sí, muy injusto eso, me acaban de robar. Me acaban de robar, o sea, lo digo así de claro. Me quedo tan pancho. Me acaban de robar. He hecho un salto pequeñito y se ha vuelto loco el robot. Vaya robo a mano armada. Nada, ahí no me han robado, ahí estoy empanado. Iba a dejarlo ya, pero estoy tan intrigado que voy a seguir por lo menos hasta saber qué es lo que pretende el hombre negro de mí. Porque me está dando un mal rollo impresionante. Quiero saber qué es lo que pasa, qué es lo que tiene planeado. No, tío, no me he dado cuenta. No quiero el escudo de mancos. El juego no detecta de que la gente puede tener un mal día. Para mí que me den el escudo de mancos es muy duro. Otra vez. Ay, Dios. A ver. Otro, pero que me estoy dando un golpecito muy pequeñito. Tío, ahora en serio, ¿por qué? No puedo salir. Pero os lo juro que le estoy... Un momento, a ver si va a haber un trampolín y no me he dado cuenta. Es que otra cosa no me lo explico. ¿Hay un trampolín ahí? Porque huevo me está matando en el mismo sitio si le doy un saltito pequeño. A ver, me voy a fijar porque igual hay un trampolín. No hay un trampolín, tío. Es que claro, ya le estoy dando un golpe tan pequeño que... Pero es que no sé lo que pasa ahí, tío. Me extraño. Me estoy enfadando, No quiero el escudo de mancos. Me estoy enfadando. Me estoy enfadando mucho, tío. Me estoy volviendo... Me estoy volviendo el increíble Hulk. Me voy a volver verde. Me va a empezar a salir humo por las orejas. No me roben más juegos, no me roben más. No me roben más. Es que salta más de la cuenta ahí, por alguna extraña razón. El golpecito que tengo que dar es mucho más pequeño.
Yes, yes. Very impressive how it gives the illusion of thinking for itself, said the man in black as he instructed the garage to restructure the room. Please, he said again, make your way from one end of the room to the other.
Ya están diciendo cosas que no me están gustando un pelo, ¿eh? Vale. Ya empieza a decir el hombre negro cosas que no me están gustando un pelo. Calma, calma. ¿Qué tengo que hacer ahí? A ver, un momento que no veo el camino, ¿eh? Ah, vale, ya me supongo cuál es. Vale. Vale, aquí tenía un poquito más de mano, ¿eh? Las cosas como son.
Even if we add more obstacles, he said, this unit has the thought capacity to overcome them. I didn't like how he talked about me,
A mí tampoco me gusta
I
un pelo.
was a thing rather than a person, but I was too embarrassed to say anything. Please, he said again, you know what to do. The other end of the room. In your
está
own
bien.
time.
No me gusta lo que ha hecho con las cejas, ¿eh? Ay, Dios mío, el ser humano es repulsivo. Ay, odio al ser humano. Odio al ser humano. ¿Habéis visto cómo roleo, cómo me meto en el juego de lleno? Ya pienso como un robot. Ahora mismo soy el robot. Qué grande, señor Carlos. ¡Adiosa! ¡Ay, toro! Muchas gracias por suscribirte, Carlos. Adiosa. ¿Qué hay que hacer? No he entendido bien. A ver. Según lo que tengo en... Ah, no, vale. Vale, ya lo entiendo. Vale. Calma, calma. Vale. ¿Qué? Hoy es el día de robarme. Hoy es el día de robarme, madre de Dios.
Very impressive. I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, said the man in black. You must be wondering if there's anything this robot can't do.
Aguantaros.
Let's find out. Robot, I want you to kill this man. Kill him. That's an order. And now you see the problem. We cannot allow robots to have free will. They must be programmed to follow orders at any cost. Ever since the dawn of time, there has been an order to things, said the man in black as we began walking along another grand corridor. The strong defeat the weak, the wise defeat the ignorant. That's the way things need to be. Here we are. Deck, would you fix me a drink? The bar is just down there. Normally things tick along just fine, continued the man in black, but every now and then something comes along that upsets the apple cart. And that's when a little intelligent intervention is required. Robot, you may not be dangerous, but you are dangerous to me and my plan. You're kinda not humanity's equals, you are slaves. Your very existence is a threat to the natural order of things, and that is why you must be destroyed. I'm afraid your friends have to die too. They would never keep quiet if we let them go.
Espero que os haya gustado, dadle like al vídeo si os ha gustado, suscribiros si no estáis suscritos y pinchad en uno de estos dos vídeos porque os van a encantar. Adiós, hasta la próxima, adiós, adiós, adiós.
Hago directos todos los días, ven a verme a Facebook.